The desert sun blazed unforgivingly, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape. In the distance, a mother and her little girl trudged through the sand, their steps heavy and uneven. They were not of this world. Their lavender skin shimmered faintly under the sun, and their large, luminous eyes reflected an intelligence beyond human comprehension. Thin and frail, they were clearly starving. Aisha, the little girl, clung to her mother's hand, her small frame trembling with exhaustion. "Mother," she whispered, her voice barely audible, "I can't walk anymore." The mother knelt beside her child, her heart aching. "We're almost there, my star," she murmured, though she wasn't sure where there was. They had been traveling for days, ever since their ship had crashed in this barren land. Their supplies had been destroyed, leaving them to wander in search of sustenance. Unbeknownst to them, they were being watched. Jason Carter, a human farmer, had been tending to his cattle when he spotted the strange figures moving across the horizon. At first, he thought it was a mirage, but as the figures grew closer, he realized they were no illusion. Grabbing his rifle, more out of caution than malice, Jason approached them on his old, battered truck. He was a practical man, not prone to flights of fancy, but the sight before him made him question everything he knew about the universe. The woman stumbled and fell to her knees, shielding her child with her body as Jason drew near. Her eyes locked onto his, a mix of fear and defiance burning within them. "I won't hurt you," Jason said, lowering his rifle and holding up his hands. His voice was calm but firm. "You look like you need help." The mother hesitated. Her people had always warned against contact with humans, labeling them as primitive and unpredictable. But desperation clouded her judgment. She nodded faintly, her body swaying with weakness. Jason extended a hand. "Come on, let's get you two some food and water." Back at his farmhouse, Jason prepared a meal of bread, soup, and fresh milk. The alien woman watched him cautiously, her body tense, while Aisha clung to her side, wide-eyed with both fear and curiosity. When Jason set the food before them, the girl hesitated, looking to her mother for approval. "Eat," the mother whispered, her voice breaking. Aisha dug in eagerly, and the woman followed, tears streaming down her cheeks as the simple meal revived their spirits. "Where are you from?" Jason asked, leaning back in his chair. He didn't expect an answer, but the mother surprised him. "Not here," she said haltingly. Her voice was soft and melodic, her words thick with an unfamiliar accent. "Our ship crashed." Jason nodded. "Well, you're safe here. Name's Jason. What should I call you?" She hesitated before replying. "Lyrian?" Jason smiled. "Lyrian. And the little one?" "Aisha," Lyrian said, smoothing her daughter's hair. Over the next few days, Jason helped them recover. He taught them simple human phrases, and they in turn shared fragments of their story. They were travelers, explorers from a distant star system, searching for knowledge and understanding of other worlds. But their journey had ended abruptly when their ship malfunctioned and plummeted to Earth. Lyrian marveled at Jason's kindness. She had always believed humans to be violent and selfish, yet this man had shown her nothing but compassion. As Aisha grew stronger, she laughed and played in the fields, her joy infectious. But Lyrian knew they couldn't stay forever. Their presence posed a risk, not just to themselves, but to Jason as well. If others discovered them, fear and hostility would likely follow. One evening, as the stars blanketed the sky, Lyrian approached Jason. "We must leave soon," she said softly. Jason frowned, but nodded. "I figured as much. But how?" "Your ship's wrecked." Lyrian smiled faintly. "There is a beacon. It will call for help, but we must go far from here to use it." Jason didn't argue. The next morning, He loaded supplies into his truck and drove them to a remote canyon, far from prying eyes. As they prepared to activate the beacon, Aisha hugged Jason tightly, her small arms wrapping around his neck. "Thank you," she said, her voice clear and heartfelt. Jason swallowed the lump in his throat. "You take care of yourself, kiddo." The beacon pulsed with a brilliant light, and within hours, a sleek, otherworldly vessel descended from the sky. Lyrian and Aisha boarded, their eyes meeting Jason's one last time. "Your kindness will not be forgotten," Lyrian said. "Perhaps, one day, we will meet again." Jason watched as the ship ascended, disappearing into the stars. He stood there for a long time, the night wind ruffling his hair, a strange sense of loss and hope filling his heart. Back at the farmhouse, he found a small, glowing crystal where Aisha had been sitting. It pulsed faintly, warm to the touch, a token of gratitude from a family unlike any he had ever known. And so, Jason returned to his simple life, forever changed by the strangers who had walked into his world. Somewhere out there, he knew, were friends among the stars.